Sister wives, Robyn's greed brings it all crashing down. The end of luxury for Kody and Robyn as the other wives walk away. Hello friends. Welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I'm Olivia and I hope you're well by God's grace. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. For years, the Brown family captivated audiences with their unique story, one man, 4 wives, and an ever-growing brood of children navigating the messy, complicated world of plural marriage. But today, the dream is shattered. Robyn Brown's greed has finally caught up with her, and the world she built with Kody Brown is crumbling in spectacular fashion. This is the end of luxury, the end of dominance, and perhaps the end of sister wives as we know it. Let's take a deep dive into how Robyn's ambition, materialism, and cunning led to this ultimate downfall, and why the other wives decided to walk away for good. The rise of Robyn. When Robyn joined the family in 2010, viewers saw her as a breath of fresh air, young, attractive, and full of charm. She brought Kody back to life at a time when his marriages to Mary, Janelle, and Christine were growing stale. At first, she played the victim, telling stories of hardship from her previous marriage, and tearfully expressing gratitude for being accepted into the family. But behind the scenes, some insiders claim Robyn's ambition was already at work. She always knew what she wanted, a source close to the Browns revealed. She wanted Kody all to herself, and she was willing to play the long game to get it. Robyn's charm worked on Kody. Soon, she became his obvious favorite. Cameras caught their affectionate moments, their private jokes, and Kody's inability to hide his infatuation. This favoritism sparked resentment among the other wives, resentment that only grew as time went on. The lavish lifestyle wasn't long before Kody and Robyn began indulging in a lifestyle far removed from the family's earlier struggles. When the Browns first went public, they lived modestly in Utah after moving to Las Vegas. Each wife got her own home, but Robyn stood out as the most expensive and lavishly decorated. Once the family relocated to Flagstaff, Arizona, the imbalance became even more pronounced. While the other wives scrambled to find affordable housing, Kody and Robyn moved into a sprawling mansion reportedly worth nearly $1 million. The mansion, with its high ceilings, sweeping staircase, and acres of land, became a symbol of everything that was wrong in the Brown family. Robyn defended the purchase, claiming it was necessary for the sake of her children. Kody echoed her sentiments, insisting it was what's best for the family. But the family and viewers weren't buying it. The other wives speak out. The cracks in the family became too big to ignore. Christine, the third wife, was the first to officially leave, publicly announcing her split from Kody in 2021. Her departure was a bombshell, but privately, the other wives admitted it was a long time coming. She'd been unhappy for years. Said one friend of Christine, she felt invisible. Everything was about Robyn. Christine's bold move inspired the others. Janelle, Kody's second wife, soon followed suit. Known for her pragmatism and independence, Janelle had always been financially savvy, and she finally decided she could no longer support Robyn and Kody's excessive lifestyle. Even Mary, the first wife and arguably the most loyal, began to question her place. After years of emotional neglect from Kody and repeated betrayals, she too announced she was done trying. As each wife left, one by one, the Brown family empire crumbled. The financial fallout with only Robyn left. The financial realities hit hard. Without the combined incomes of 4 wives, the lavish Flagstaff mansion became unsustainable. Reports surfaced that the property was facing foreclosure. Kody, once so proud of his role as patriarch and provider, could no longer afford to maintain the lifestyle he and Robyn had grown accustomed to. Insiders claimed the couple resorted to selling off furniture, jewelry, and even personal mementos to keep the lights on. Robyn allegedly pushed Kody to pursue new business ventures and even suggested selling family secrets to tabloids, but nothing seemed to work. Fans who once sympathized with Robyn now openly criticized her on social media, calling her selfish and manipulative. "You destroyed your own family," one comment read. "Hope the mansion was worth it." Robyn alone for years. Robyn's strategy had been clear: isolate Kody from the other wives, secure his full attention, and ensure her children were prioritized above all others. But once she got what she wanted, she discovered it wasn't enough. Kody, no longer the proud polygamist and reality TV star, became bitter and resentful. Without the love and support of his other wives and children, he turned his frustration on Robyn. Arguments became common. Robyn, who once seemed untouchable, was reportedly reduced to tears more than once in public. The woman who had once manipulated her way to the top of the Brown family pyramid now found herself alone at the bottom. The children weigh in. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of this saga has been the impact on the Brown children. Many of the kids from Kody's marriages to Mary, Janelle and Christine have openly expressed their disappointment in their father and Robyn. "They chose Robyn's kids over the rest of us," one son reportedly said. "It was always about them, always," another daughter added. "We all saw it. My mom sacrificed everything for this family, and in the end, she was tossed aside for someone else." Even Robyn's own children, who once enjoyed their mother's privileged position, seemed to feel the sting of isolation as the extended family pulled away. The public turns at the height of Sister Wives' popularity. Robyn had her defenders. Many viewers felt sympathy for her as the new wife trying to navigate an already complicated dynamic. But over the years, that sympathy evaporated. Fans noticed how often she cried on camera, how often she claimed to be misunderstood, and how she subtly undermined the other wives when the mansion was purchased. When family funds seemed disproportionately allocated to Robyn's needs, when she consistently refused to take accountability, fans took note. By the time the other wives left, public opinion was firmly against her, the final straw according to insiders. The final blow came when Kody realized the money had dried up. Without the other wives' contributions, the mansion's mortgage payments became impossible to meet. The family business ventures failed to turn a profit. TLC allegedly cut the family's pay as ratings declined. Kody reportedly confronted Robyn in a heated argument, blaming her for the family's downfall. "You wanted this," he allegedly shouted. "You wanted me all to yourself, and now look what's left." Witnesses claimed Robyn broke down crying, insisting she only wanted to protect her kids, but it was too late. The damage was done. Where are they now? Christine, after leaving the family, Christine moved back to Utah and started a new chapter. She found love again, remarried, and has been thriving both personally and professionally. She remains close with her children and continues to speak openly about her experiences on social media. Janelle focused on her health and independence. She launched her own wellness brand and has been enjoying time with her grandchildren. She occasionally comments on the family drama but seems relieved to have moved on. Mary has embraced her single life, traveling and working on her bed and breakfast. She appears to be at peace with her decision to leave Kody and has found a new sense of confidence. Kody and Robyn, once proud patriarch and his favored wife, now live in a much smaller home, struggling to maintain their lavish tastes on a diminished budget. Reports suggest their relationship is strained, with frequent arguments and mounting tension. The Brown family's story was always a cautionary tale about the challenges of plural marriage, the dangers of favoritism, and the perils of unchecked ambition. Robyn's greed may have accelerated the collapse, but the seeds of discontent were planted long before she arrived. By prioritizing one wife over the others, Kody undermined the foundation of trust and respect that plural marriage requires. By indulging her every whim, he allowed Robyn to alienate herself from the rest of the family and ultimately from him as well. The end of luxury. Today, the once Grand Flagstaff mansion sits empty, a haunting reminder of what was lost. Robyn and Kody, stripped of their wealth, influence, and family, now live in obscurity. The other wives, having reclaimed their independence, are thriving without them. For fans of Sister Wives, it's a bittersweet ending, a family torn apart by jealousy, greed, and favoritism, but also a testament to resilience and the power of self-respect. A message from Christine in a recent interview. Christine offered some poignant words about the entire ordeal. "I don't hate Robyn. I don't even hate Kody, but I had to love myself enough to walk away. You can't build a family on favoritism and lies. Eventually, the truth comes out." Her words resonate not just with the other wives but with fans around the world who watched this drama unfold. Over the years, Robyn's greed may have been the spark that ignited the final explosion. But the cracks in the Brown family had been growing for years. In the end, the luxury that Kody and Robyn clung to was fleeting, and it cost them everything. The other wives, once cast aside, have shown that happiness does not come from wealth or status but from self-worth and authenticity. And as the dust settles, one truth remains: you can't build a family or a mansion on broken trust. Sister Wives. Mary Brown accuses Kody of neglecting their child. Lion, a mother's fight for justice for over a decade. The Sister Wives audience has witnessed countless heartbreaks, betrayals, and family feuds in the polygamous world of Kody Brown and his wives. But nothing has rocked the Brown family quite like Mary Brown's recent accusation that Kody has been neglecting and failing to care for their only child. Lion, Mary, the first wife and the woman who once stood by Kody through thick and thin, is now speaking out. In a tearful, explosive revelation, she accuses Kody of turning his back on her and their child emotionally, financially, and even physically, and leaving her to raise Lion alone. Here is the full story of Mary's shocking allegations, the family's reactions, and what this means for the future of the Brown clan. The forgotten wife Mary Brown has often been called the forgotten wife of the Brown family. Once the sole legal wife of Kody, she entered into spiritual plural marriage at his request, opening her heart to Janelle, Christine, and eventually Robyn. But over the years, viewers noticed how Mary slowly faded into the background. Kody's affection for her cooled, his attention wandered, and his words toward her grew colder. Mary admitted she often felt alone in the marriage, but she stayed, partly out of loyalty to her faith, and partly for her child, Lion. Lion was everything to me, Mary revealed in an emotional interview. I thought staying in the family was what was best for them. I thought Kody would come around and realize he had a responsibility to his child. But he never did. The birth of Leo, Mary and Kody welcomed their child, Lion, into the world during a particularly turbulent time in their marriage. Although Kody appeared on camera at the hospital and smiled for the cameras, Mary claims that was all for show. Behind the scenes, he barely even held them, she said. He said he was too busy, too stressed, that he had other wives and kids to take care of from the moment Lion was born. Mary alleges that Kody was emotionally absent. He rarely changed diapers, he never got up in the middle of the night. He missed doctor's appointments. And as Lion grew, Kody reportedly missed recitals, school plays, birthdays, and even hospital visits when Lion became sick. Mary's silent suffering for years. Mary kept quiet, afraid of upsetting the fragile family dynamic. I didn't want to cause drama, she explained. I didn't want to seem ungrateful or jealous. I just kept hoping he would change. But privately, Mary was breaking down. She worked long hours at her bed and breakfast and other business ventures to support Lion and herself, while Kody poured money into Robyn's mansion and her children's expensive lifestyles. When she finally confronted Kody about his absence, she claims he dismissed her concerns. He told me to stop being dramatic, Mary said. He said Lion had everything they needed because they had me, but what about having a father? Doesn't my child deserve that too? The tipping point, according to Mary. The final straw came when Lion was hospitalized last year with a serious illness. I called him over and over again, she recounted, tears streaming down her face. I begged him to come. I told him Lion was asking for him. He never showed up. Instead, Mary claims, Kody stayed home with Robyn and refused to even call to check in on Lion's condition. That broke something inside me, Mary said. I realized he was never going to be the father Lion needed him to be. The confrontation, a now infamous scene filmed for the latest season of Sister Wives. Mary confronted Kody in front of the cameras. You have abandoned our child, she said, her voice trembling with anger. You don't show up, you don't call, you don't care. How can you stand there and pretend you're a good father when you've neglected Lion from the start? Kody, visibly uncomfortable, denied the accusations. I've done what I can. He snapped. You've always been difficult, Mary. You push me away, and then you blame me when I'm not around. But Mary wasn't having it. This isn't about me, she shot back. This is about Lion. They deserve better. They deserve a father who loves them, not just in words, but in actions. The family reacts. The other wives were quick to weigh in on the drama. Christine, who left Kody in 2021, expressed her full support for Mary. She's right, Christine said. I saw it too. Kody was never there for Lion. Mary did everything on her own. It broke my heart. Janelle, known for her practical and level-headed nature, was more measured but still critical of Kody. It's true that Kody was spread thin, she admitted, but Mary's not wrong. He should have done more. Every child deserves both parents present. Robyn, unsurprisingly, defended Kody. He loves all his children, she insisted. Sometimes people misinterpret his actions, but he cares deeply. Lion speaks for years. Lion has stayed out of the public eye, but after Mary's explosive accusations, they finally decided to speak up. In a heartfelt social media post, Lion confirmed much of what Mary claimed. I love my dad, they wrote. But it's true, he was never really there. My mom was my rock, she was everything. I wish he had been more involved, but I've learned to stop expecting anything. The post quickly went viral, with thousands of fans sending words of support. The public's outraged fans of Sister Wives were quick to take sides, and most sided with Mary and Lion. Social media was flooded with hashtags like Justice for Lion and Team Mary. Neglecting a child is never okay, one fan tweeted. Mary deserved better, Lion deserved better. Another wrote, we've all seen Kody's favoritism for years. Mary sacrificed so much for that family, and this is how she's treated? Shameful. Kody's defense facing mounting criticism. Kody attempted to defend himself in a televised interview. I love all my children, he said. I admit I've made mistakes, but I've always done my best. Mary and I have a complicated relationship, and sometimes that spills over. But his words rang hollow to many viewers, especially when he refused to apologize directly to Lion. "I'll reach out when the time is right," he said vaguely, further fueling outrage. Mary's next move. Mary has hinted that she may take legal action to ensure that Kody fulfills his responsibilities toward Lion. "I'm not doing this for me," she said firmly. "I'm doing this for my child. They deserve everything I can fight for." Sources close to Mary suggest she has already consulted attorneys and may seek child support back pay, as well as public acknowledgement from Kody of his neglect. The toll on Lion. While Mary fights for justice, Lion has reportedly been struggling with feelings of rejection and abandonment. "It's hard," they admitted in an emotional video. "I see him with Robyn's kids all the time, laughing, hugging, being there, and I wonder why he couldn't do that for me." Fans and family members alike have rallied around Lion, praising their courage and resilience. "You're strong." One fan commented, "Don't let his actions define your worth." Lessons learned. Mary's story is not just about one family's drama. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of favoritism, emotional neglect, and broken promises. It's a reminder that every child deserves love, attention, and support from both parents. And it's a testament to the power of a mother's love, willing to stand alone, if necessary, to protect her child. A possible reconciliation. Despite everything, Mary has left the door open slightly for Kody to make amends if he's willing to change, to step up, to really show Lion that he cares. "Then maybe we can rebuild something," she said. But it has to start with him. Whether Kody will take that opportunity remains to be seen. Where they are now, Mary continues to run her bed and breakfast, focusing on her businesses and supporting Lion. She's been traveling more and sharing positive, empowering messages on social media. Lion Brown has reportedly started therapy to work through their feelings of rejection and is exploring career opportunities outside the spotlight. Kody remains with Robyn and her children but faces increasing backlash from fans and strained relationships with most of his other children. Mary's words of wisdom. In a recent live stream, Mary spoke directly to her supporters. "Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you or your child don't matter," she said. "Stand up, speak out, fight for what's right. I wish I had done it sooner, but I'm doing it now." Her words resonated deeply with viewers, many of whom shared their own stories of fighting for their children against absentee parents. Mary Brown's courageous stand against Kody's neglect has brought long overdue attention to the struggles she and Lion have faced in silence for years. In the end, her story is not just about one mother and her child. It's about every parent who refuses to let their child be forgotten. It's about breaking cycles of neglect, demanding accountability, and refusing to settle for less than what a child deserves. And it's a reminder that, even in the face of heartbreak and betrayal, a mother's love remains unshakable. Sister Wives. Christine tells Kody, "I hate you," after finding love with David Woolley. In the world of Sister Wives, we've seen countless arguments, tears, and heartbreaks, but none have been quite as raw and shocking as this. In a moment that left even the camera crew stunned, Christine Brown, once Kody's happy-go-lucky third wife, finally let all her emotions spill out. After years of quiet suffering, after years of watching Kody's love and attention flow elsewhere, and after finally experiencing what real love feels like with David Woolley, Christine turned to Kody and uttered the words she had been holding back for over a decade. "I hate you." Those 3 words, spoken with tears in her eyes and a quiver in her voice, have become a defining moment in Sister Wives history. Here is the full story of how Christine finally found the strength to speak her truth, what led her to that breaking point, and how her love with David Woolley gave her the courage to confront Kody. Years of neglect. Christine entered the Brown family as Kody's third wife, full of optimism and faith in the principles of plural marriage. She was bubbly, affectionate, and devoted to the idea of family unity. But as the years went by, Christine's smile began to fade. She noticed Kody spending less and less time with her and their children. The warmth she once felt from him turned cold, and while he lavished attention on Robyn, his fourth wife, Christine felt herself being pushed further and further into the shadows. For years, she endured quietly, keeping her pain hidden behind a brave face. "I thought if I just tried harder, he'd love me again," Christine confessed in an emotional interview. "I thought if I was a better wife, a better mom, a better everything, maybe he'd come back to me, but he never did." The straw that broke the camel's back. Tension reached a breaking point when Kody refused to travel with Christine to visit their daughter, Isabel, who needed major surgery. "It was like he didn't care," Christine recalled bitterly. "He said he was too busy, too worried about COVID, too whatever, but I knew the truth. He just didn't want to be there." That was the moment Christine realized she was truly on her own, that Kody was no longer her partner in any real sense of the word. "I felt abandoned," she admitted. "I felt unloved, and I started asking myself, why am I still here?" The decision to leave wasn't an easy choice. Leaving the family meant not only walking away from Kody, but also stepping out of the only life she'd ever known. I was terrified, Christine confessed, but I also knew that if I stayed, I was teaching my kids that it's okay to accept crumbs. And that's not the lesson I wanted to teach. With the support of her children and close friends, Christine packed up her things, left Flagstaff, and returned to Utah, determined to build a new life for herself. Meeting David Woolley Utah was supposed to be a fresh start, but Christine never expected to find love again so quickly through mutual friends. She met David Woolley, a kind, attentive, and funny man who instantly made her feel seen in a way she hadn't in years. From the moment I met him, it was different, Christine said, smiling. He actually listened to me, he made me feel like I mattered. David, a widower with grown children of his own, understood Christine's past and was patient as she navigated her emotions. He never rushed her, he never demanded anything from her. And slowly, Christine began to trust again. A love like no other with David, Christine discovered what it felt like to be truly cherished. He tells me I'm beautiful every day, she gushed. He holds my hand when we walk, he texts me just to say he misses me. It's all the little things that Kody never did. For the first time in years, Christine felt alive. She posted pictures of herself smiling, hiking, cooking with David. Her happiness radiating from every photo. Fans quickly noticed the glow about her. Comments poured in, cheering her on. You deserve this happiness, one fan wrote. So proud of you. Christine, the confrontation trustees had been avoiding Kody since leaving Flagstaff. But circumstances forced them back into the same room when they met to discuss property issues and the care of their children. At first, Christine kept her composure, answering his questions politely, refusing to rise to his provocations. But then Kody, perhaps threatened by her newfound happiness, made a cutting remark. So what? You think you've upgraded? He sneered. You really think this guy is better than me? Christine froze. Something inside her snapped. She turned to him, her eyes blazing. You want to know what I think? She said, her voice shaking. I hate you. The words heard around the world. The room fell silent. Even the cameras stopped moving for a moment. I hate you, she repeated. I hate the way you made me feel for all those years. I hate how you ignored me. How you made me feel small. How you acted like I was nothing. I hate that you made me doubt myself. And I hate that I wasted so much of my life waiting for you to love me. Her words hung heavy in the air. Kody, stunned, didn't respond right away. His face hardened, but his eyes betrayed his shock. You don't mean that, he finally muttered. But Christine stood her ground. I do, she said simply. Because now I know what love really feels like, and it's not you, the family. Janelle, who has always been close to Christine, admitted she wasn't surprised. She finally said what we've all been thinking, Janelle said. She was just the only one brave enough to say it to his face. Mary, who has her own complicated history with Kody, offered a quiet nod of support. I think she needed to say it, Mary said. For herself, Robyn, unsurprisingly, was less sympathetic. She didn't have to be so mean. Robyn sniffled. It's one thing to leave, but to say she hates him, that was uncalled for. Kody's reaction in an interview later. Kody tried to downplay the confrontation. She was emotional, he said dismissively. She doesn't hate me, she's just angry. But those who know him best say the words cut deep. He's not used to being told the truth, Janelle remarked, and Christine finally gave it to him. The public cheers. Fans of the show erupted in support of Christine saying, I hate you was the most iconic moment in Sister Wives history, one tweet read. We've been waiting for this. David Woolley speaks. David, ever the gentleman, refused to badmouth Kody but did express his pride in Christine. She's strong, he said. She's been through so much and she deserves to be happy. He also made it clear he had no intention of letting Kody's shadow hang over their relationship. She's mine now, he added with a smile, and I plan on making her happy every single day. Christine's reflection after the dust settled. Christine admitted she felt both relieved and drained. It's like a weight has been lifted. She said, I spent so many years pretending everything was fine, but it wasn't. And saying those words, telling him I hate him, it felt like taking my power back. She also credited David with giving her the courage to speak her truth. He reminded me what it feels like to be loved, she said. And once you know that feeling, you can't go back to someone who makes you feel invisible. Moving on since that dramatic confrontation, Christine has moved forward with her life. She and David continue to travel, spend time with their children and grandchildren, and share glimpses of their happy life together on social media. Christine has also started speaking at women's events, encouraging others to leave toxic relationships and believe in their worth. I wasted too many years being unhappy, she told a cheering crowd at a recent conference. Don't make the same mistake I did. You deserve to be loved fully. and completely Kody alone. Meanwhile, Kody remains with Robyn and her children. But insiders say things haven't been easy. He's angry all the time, one source revealed. Christine's words really got to him. He doesn't like feeling like the bad guy. Even Robyn has reportedly grown weary of his moods. Christine's journey is more than just one woman leaving a failed marriage. It's a testament to resilience, self-love, and the courage to speak the truth. For years, she put her needs and feelings aside to keep the family together. But when she finally experienced what real love felt like, she realized she could no longer settle for less. And when she finally told Kody, "I hate you," it wasn't just anger, it was freedom. The legacy of those words, Christine's declaration, has already become one of the most talked about moments in reality television. Fans continue to debate whether it was too harsh or long overdue. But Christine has no regrets. "I needed him to hear it," she said. "I needed him to understand the pain he caused, and I needed to say it for me." Where they are no Christine and David happy, thriving, and deeply in love, Christine continues to gush about David on social media, calling him her soulmate and rock. Kody struggling with his image, his remaining relationships, and his pride. He remains defensive but noticeably quieter than before. The family still fractured but slowly finding their own paths. Janelle and Meri have also begun to rebuild their lives outside of Kody's shadow. Christine's message in a recent Instagram post. Christine shared a photo of her and David holding hands, with the caption, "To every woman who feels invisible, you matter, you are enough, you deserve to be loved the way you've always dreamed. Don't settle and don't be afraid to say what's in your heart." Her words resonated with thousands of fans, proof that her journey is inspiring others to find their own strength. When Christine told Kody, "I hate you," it wasn't just a personal moment of catharsis, it was a battle cry for every woman who has ever felt unseen, unloved, and undervalued. At W. Sister Wives, Kody tells Robyn, "I lost everything because of you, and now I'm bankrupt." The Brown family has endured many trials over the years: jealousy, heartbreak, financial strain, public scrutiny, but nothing prepared fans for the explosive confrontation that recently unfolded between Kody Brown and his once favored wife, Robyn. In a shocking, emotional scene caught on camera, Kody finally erupted. After years of defending Robyn, prioritizing her needs, and indulging her every whim, he looked her in the eye and said the words no one thought he'd ever say. "I lost everything because of you, and now I'm bankrupt." The moment marked the climax of years of resentment, poor decisions, and family fractures, and left fans of Sister Wives stunned. Here is the full story behind the collapse of Kody and Robyn's luxury, the other wives' departure, and Kody's stunning confession of failure. The rise of Robyn. When Robyn joined the Brown family in 2010, she was introduced as a single mother of three who brought new energy into Kody's life. At first, the other wives welcomed her warmly, believing she was another sister in their plural marriage family, but almost immediately, dynamics began to shift. Kody showered Robyn with attention, neglecting his relationships with Meri, Janelle, and Christine. Fans noticed how he would light up around Robyn, touching her affectionately while barely looking at the others. When the family moved to Las Vegas, Robyn's home was decorated more lavishly. When the family moved to Flagstaff, it was Robyn's mansion, worth nearly $1 million, that became the envy of viewers and the wedge that split the family. "She was the favorite," Christine once said bluntly. "She always was, and he didn't even try to hide it." The spending Kody and Robyn's lifestyle became increasingly extravagant and expensive. Not only did they buy the massive Flagstaff mansion, but Kody also spent thousands on Robyn's children's schooling, trips, and hobbies. Meanwhile, the other wives struggled to make ends meet, with Janelle living in an RV at one point because she couldn't afford a house. Fans were quick to point out the imbalance. Meri is running a business to keep herself afloat. Janelle is living in a trailer. Christine had to move back to Utah to survive. And Robyn is sitting in a castle like a queen, behind the scenes. Sources say Kody maxed out credit cards, borrowed against properties, and emptied joint accounts to keep up with Robyn's demands. The departure speed. 2021, Christine had had enough. She packed her things, left Kody, and moved to Utah with her children. Her departure was followed by Janelle, who finally walked away after years of feeling sidelined. Even Meri, who had clung to the hope of rekindling her bond with Kody, eventually accepted that he no longer wanted her. One by one, the wives left, taking their incomes, their emotional support, and their children with them. Kody and Robyn were left alone in the massive Flagstaff mansion, but the bills didn't stop coming. The cracks appear at first. Kody put on a brave face. "I still have Robyn," he told the cameras. "She's my soulmate, we'll figure it out." But privately, the cracks began to show. Kody's businesses were failing. The family's TLC contract was reportedly renegotiated for a lower amount as ratings dipped. Without the other wives contributing financially, Kody and Robyn quickly found themselves underwater. The mortgage on the mansion went unpaid. Taxes on the family's Coyote Pass land accumulated, creditors began calling, and through it all, Robyn continued to spend. She just doesn't understand, Kody confided to a friend. She keeps talking about hiring a chef, redoing the kitchen, buying more clothes for the kids. She doesn't get that the money's gone. The breaking point, it all came to a head one rainy evening in Flagstaff. Cameras rolled as Kody sat at the kitchen table, stacks of unpaid bills in front of him. His face was pale, his hands trembling as he ran the numbers over and over again. Robyn walked in, cheerful and oblivious. "I was thinking," she said, "maybe we could redecorate the living room? It's starting to feel a little dated." Kody stared at her for a long moment before slamming his fist on the table. "No," he shouted, startling her. "No, Robyn, we can't redecorate. We can't do anything. Don't you get it?" Robyn froze, confused. "What are you talking about?" Kody stood up, his face flushed with anger. "I lost everything because of you," he yelled. "The wives are gone. The kids barely speak to me. The family is destroyed. And now I'm bankrupt." "Robyn's done a lot first." Robyn laughed nervously as though he were joking. "You're being dramatic," she said. "We're fine. We always figure it out." But Kody shook his head. "No, we're not fine," he shouted. "We're broke. Robyn, completely broke. Do you even know how much we owe? Do you even care?" Robyn's smile faded. "Of course I care," she said quietly, "but it's not just my fault, it's all your fault." Kody snapped. "You and your damn mansion, you and your kids' private schools, you and your needs. Everything I did was for you, and look where it got me." The confession, for the first time in years, Kody let himself be fully honest with Robyn, with himself and with the cameras. "I ruined my marriage with Mary because of you," he said bitterly. "I neglected Christine and Janelle because of you. I alienated my kids because of you. And for what? You were never satisfied. No matter what I did, it was never enough." Robyn's eyes filled with tears. "That's not fair," she whispered. "You chose to do those things." "Yes, I did," Kody admitted, "because I was blinded by you. I thought you were the answer. I thought you were the future of this family. But you were just a mistake." The words hung in the air, heavy and cruel. Robyn breaks down for once. Robyn didn't cry for the cameras. She cried for real, deep, guttural sobs that shook her shoulders. "I didn't ask for this," she said through tears. "I just wanted to be part of the family. I just wanted you to love me." "I did love you," Kody shot back, "more than anyone else. More than I should have. But you used that love to destroy everything else in my life." The aftermath fight continued late into the night. Neighbors reported hearing shouting and doors slamming. By morning, Kody had packed a bag and left the mansion, according to insiders. He moved into a small rented apartment on the outskirts of Flagstaff, while Robyn stayed behind in the house, alone with the children and the mounting bills. For weeks, they barely spoke. The public reacts when the footage aired on Sister Wives. Fans were stunned, but many weren't surprised. "This has been a long time coming," one fan tweeted. Kody finally woke up and realized Robyn was never worth what he gave up. Others were more sympathetic toward Robyn. "She didn't ruin the family," another viewer wrote. "Kody made those choices. He's just blaming her now because he can't handle the consequences." The wives weigh in. "Christine, I feel bad for Robyn. But not that bad," Christine said with a shrug. "She knew what she was doing. She knew how much he was giving up for her." "Janelle, I hope they both figure it out," Janelle said diplomatically. "But I'm glad I got out when I did." "Mary, I don't feel sorry for either of them," Mary said bluntly. "They made their bed. Now they can lie in it." Bankruptcy within months. Court documents confirmed what Kody had confessed. He and Robyn were filing for bankruptcy. They owed hundreds of thousands in back taxes, credit card debt, and unpaid mortgages. The Flagstaff mansion was listed for foreclosure. Even Robyn's jewelry business had closed its doors, unable to turn a profit for the first time in his life. Kody Brown, the man who once boasted about being a successful provider, was financially ruined. Kody alone. 9 interviews after the bankruptcy filing, Kody appeared gaunt and defeated. "I don't even know who I am anymore," he admitted. "I gave everything I had to this family, to Robyn, and now I have nothing." When asked if he regretted choosing Robyn over his other wives, he hesitated. "I don't know," he said finally. "I think I regret who I became." Robyn's regret for her part. Robyn began posting cryptic messages on social media, quotes about forgiveness, starting over, and self-love. In one rare post, she addressed the situation directly. "I never meant to hurt anyone," she wrote. "I thought we were building something beautiful. I thought love was enough, but maybe I was wrong." Fans were divided. Some offered sympathy, others accused her of playing the victim yet again. The children's perspective. With Brown children, many of whom are now adults, were not shy about sharing their feelings. One son tweeted, "We all saw this coming. You can't ignore everyone else and expect things to work out." Another daughter posted, "All I ever wanted was my dad to care about me the way he cared about her kids. Now he has nothing. Was it worth it?" Lessons learned. Kody's confession, "I lost everything because of you," wasn't just a bitter outburst, it was a reckoning. It was the culmination of years of poor choices, favoritism, and self-delusion. It was a man finally facing the consequences of his actions, but it was also a warning that love, when twisted by obsession and greed, can destroy everything in its path. Where are they now? Kody still living in his small apartment, reportedly working odd jobs to pay off debts. He's been spotted alone in Flagstaff, looking weary and withdrawn. Robyn staying in the now empty mansion, reportedly trying to sell it while caring for her children. She has largely disappeared from public view. Kristen Eppley remarried to David Woolley, thriving in Utah with her children and grandchildren. Janelle focused on her wellness business and enjoying her independence. Mary running her bed and breakfast and traveling, living her best life. Kody's reflection in a rare, unguarded mom.